Hello everybody and welcome back to another week of Formula V racing in iRacing. We are here back at the Oulton Park Circuit. This time we are doing the Island Historic version and we are starting in 11th place. That seemed to be the best place to start on this particular track is toward the end because, well, there seems to be a lot of first lap drama and this race was not without that first lap drama. Now this race is called Easy Come, Easy Go because, well, we had lots of things just handed to us, but then we just managed to let it slip by right at the end. But I don't want to spoil that for you. So let's get on and get ready to start the race. Now I will, while we're waiting, just mention that I was going to bring another race to the channel for this particular week. And it was a rather interesting start. I had a guy who was in 12th place. I was in 11th. And, well, he jumped the start. He didn't just jump the start. He completely plowed into the guy in front of him. Completely ruined both guys' races right at the green light. It was pretty crazy. So this is how I do the start. I sit here and I have my hand off the wheel. Then when we get red lights, put my hand on the shifter, and then when I get green lights, boom, I pull the trigger back and we are in gear. So off we go. So I just hold back here on the start. I'm about 3/4 throttle, working my way up through the gears. You can see I fell back to 12th place. Shockingly, everybody gets through the first turn pretty unscathed. But I know that there's going to be some action possibly down here at turn 3, so I just kind of hang back and look at that smoke fly. We do have, oh my, quite a bit of action. So right now I'm just paying attention to that guy off there to the right. Let's go ahead and see what happened here. So the third place car just completely loses it. Fourth place car loses it as a result of the third place car. Then this guy, he gets slammed into and then basically drove right into that other car. And then there we go, just go on right by. So here we can see it kind of from the blimp view. But I have no idea why that one guy just body slammed the other car in there. And we basically pick it up right where the action left off. Coming into the hairpin turn, a big braking zone. Get down into second gear and then on the throttle. Hopefully don't spin the wheels too much and spin out. So 11th to 7th in, what, basically 3.5 turns. Not a bad pickup, for sure. Now this turn right here, it is going to be the scourge of me toward the end of the race. You want to cut over there right before, I mean, you really can't even see the turn. You want to just dive over there. I don't know why this guy's so slow. We make it around him. 6th place. But believe it or not, we're not done our first lap action. We've got some more places to pick up. So, 4th place just completely loses it. Managed to get past him. Now we're 5th. So you can see what happens here. He just totally loses it. The yellow car manages to skip by, and there we go, right on by. Turn 1, and our action is not over because that is 1st and 2nd. We're now in 3rd place, people. Let's see what happened. So the leader just takes that first turn a little bit too shallow, gets loose, slides over into 2nd place, and then, well, just slams into him again to, you know, make good measures. And there we go. Now we are in 3rd place on lap 2. Like I said, pretty crazy first lap. Now overall, we don't have much action at this point. Tires are still a little cold, so I really want to be careful going through that corner. Got 2nd place directly in front of us. 3rd place you can see is off in the distance a little bit. But like I said, coming up this corner, you want to just turn to the right at that barrier. You want to try to just barely not clip that interior curve, and then it allows you to carry as much speed as you can up the hill into the next two corners, which again, fairly high speed corners themselves. We get through this corner a lot better than second place. In fact, we nearly clipped him. And now I'm thinking, do I try the pass coming up into turn 10? This is a catchy turn where you got the braking zone. I'll go ahead and say, well, let's go ahead and try. We're going to leave him plenty of room on the outside. And boom, second place. Lap 3, here we go. So for me at this point now, it's just, can I run down first place? So I just noticed, right now there's a car between us and first place. That is a lapped car. That is a car that was likely involved in some of the turn 3 drama, or possibly the turn 10 drama on lap 1. I really don't like having lapped cars in front of me like this, especially early on in the race, because it means they've crashed out. And if they've crashed out once, well, they could crash out again. So let's pay attention to my line coming up through this turn. Ideally, I want my left side to be on the left side of this white area. Definitely don't want to have more than my center car through there. So I feel we're making up ground on the lap car. First place, sliding. He is spun, and there is first. And there's the lap car. We are in first place, everybody. Now, that was a little scary. I didn't really notice how close I was to the red car until after I passed the red car. Let's take a look at this. So the red car goes in there a little hot and spins. Gets hit into by the lap car. There I go. And what in the world is he doing? Let's go through slower. As I'm approaching him, he is actually turning toward me, trying to get turned around. I got a 0x off of that, so that was basically minimal contact, but you can see he took the more brunt of the damage in losing his front tire there. Seriously, if you get spun like that and you are sitting in the track and you see cars coming at you, you do not move. It is up to the guys racing to get around you. Don't move until the immediate cars around you are gone, and then try to get spun around, because that is going to cause someone else to get into an accident. He nearly ruined my race. So that was a really good line through that corner. Basically looking at the speedo, I want to try to maintain 88, 89 miles per hour through there, if at all possible. So again, these races are 12-minute races. The fact that we're lapping about 1 minute and 36 seconds, 1 minute 37 seconds, depending on the particular lap. We're going to get about 7 to 8 laps out of a 12-minute race. So there's not a lot of action that's going to happen for a little bit, so I'm just going to sit back and, well, we can all just enjoy the race, right? Now from TV3, which is down in the bottom corner there, you can really get a good idea of the gap that I have now opened up between second and third. Pretty comfortably opening up the gap more and more every lap. At its largest gap, I think we had about a 5-second gap between first and second, which really guts me as to what's coming up. Utter disaster has struck. So I went through that corner a little. Oh my God, what is going on with this car? That is exactly what I'm thinking of here. There goes second. There goes third place. And that is a lapped car. But yeah, so we're going to see this in some more detail. I go wide through this corner, get sliding. I hit on the brakes. I think I've got it saved. And then next thing you know, it just shifts to the left. Again, I think I've got it saved, and then something just kicks it to the right across the track. Luckily, I did have that big gap between second and third that I could finally gather it all together. And, well, here we are. Third place. Coming up to the white flag lap. And as it would happen, the second place car up here is the same car that I passed back there on turn 10 early on in the race. I'm sure these guys that were previously in second and third were like, I'll take this. Like I say, easy come, easy go. I lost first, but the guy who is 5 seconds plus back in second is handed first place with 1 lap to go. Lucky guy right there. And no doubt, No doubt if these races were maybe 15 minutes long, I could have probably gotten third place or second place back. We are going to make sure we definitely get a good line through that corner this time. Yeah, I was just a hair late on the turn in, and as a result, ran wide, got off in the grass, got loose, tried to gather it back up. I have no idea what happened, but as I'm getting close to the track, it just kicks itself to the left, jumps across the track, trying to gather it back up, get back on the track, and then boom, it just kicks it to the right, right across the track. So we've got a lap car here. He's kind of slow. I'm just wanting to make sure I don't spin or anything coming into this, trying to react to him. And, well, race is over. So, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this particular week of our Formula V coverage. Again, we are now halfway through the 12-week season in week 6 here at Oulton Park in the Island Historic Course. And, well, I'll see you all next week as we move on to Charlotte, I believe. That ought to be a rather interesting race. Until next time, happy racing.